Right, Wag Wizzy Troops, fucking another banger. I know I said I was gonna do part two of the Molly binge, right? But fuck that. I hate Molly. I don't want to talk about that. That shit is the devil. So we're gonna talk about fucking shrooms. Right, so it all starts normal ass day. I'm sitting in my room smoking some marijuana, listening to music and shit. And fucking, I get a text from my guy Terrence, and he's like, I'm picking up a quarter of some fucking shrooms. You interested in trying them, bro? And at this point, never took any psychedelics apart from Molly, but I don't count that because you don't really trip. You just get happy. But yeah, I'd never done any psychedelics, and I don't even think Terrence had done them a lot. I think he'd done shrooms maybe once or twice at this point. And stupid me, I was like, hell fucking yeah, but I'm broke, bro. And he's like, shit, don't worry, I'll throw you some. We're off to the fucking races now. Terrence slides to mine. We link up with the plug, get some fucking shrooms. What strain did we get? I have a video on them. I'll throw those on the screen now actually. But I got golden teachers actually. We got golden teachers, so not crazy potent or anything, but enough to definitely make you trip, but not so much that it's not manageable on a first experience, which was honestly perfect for me. So we get these shrooms, we slide back to mine, and we're trying to figure out how much we're gonna dose. And I don't remember what fucking amounts we came to, because it got thrown out the window when I realised I didn't even have a scale in my house, so we were just gonna have to start eating the bag, and that's exactly what we did. We sat there for about 20 minutes, just passing this bag back and forth, taking handfuls, and we sat and we ate the full queue shrooms, which was probably way too much for my first dose, but yeah, I still don't know how much I done. For all I know, I could have done 2 Gs, I could have done 4. You know, there's no way for me to tell you. But we eat these shrooms, and then we're sitting for a bit, waiting on the come up. And Terrence turns around to me and he's like, we should do something. We should go down and walk down a nature trail. And I'm up for this. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go. So we leave my house and we start walking to the nature trail. We get there, I'm still feeling nothing. We walk to the very bottom of the nature trail, and at this point, Terrence is starting to trip. And I think I was coming up at this point, but I don't think I was aware yet because I'd never done a shroom trip, didn't really know what to expect from the come up. But I remember I was walking down this big straight path going back up towards the entrance of the nature trail, and it's as if it was never ending. The straight path was just getting longer and longer as I moved. And I didn't even notice. Like, I noticed it, but I thought I was tripping myself out. I didn't realise the shrooms were starting to hit me until we got to the top of the nature trail and sat down to take a break. That's when it all started hitting me. We're sitting at the top of this nature trail and we're sat on a bench and we're just kind of talking. And I'm looking over at Terrence and I say, bro, I don't think these are really working on me. And he goes, focus on the floor. He goes, look at your feet and focus really hard. So I look down and I'm really focusing. And the dirt in between my 2 feet starts to pulsate as if it was breathing. I'll throw an example on screen because I can probably find a decent one, but it's as if the floor was breathing, and I just remember hysterically laughing. I was like, what the fuck? This is amazing, because it fucking is amazing. That's not me telling you to try shrooms, don't do it. So I'm now tripping absolute fucking balls, right? The floor's moving, patterns are starting to form everywhere. Fucking the usual. And I look at my phone and I'm trying to read it, and I remember the text, like, the letters were like dancing around, kind of. It looked like what I imagine it looks like to have dyslexia. Shit was going fucking nuts, but I'm trying to read my phone, and my friend fucking Jake, we'll call him. I think that's what I called him last time. My friend Jake texts me and he's like, yo, how's your trip going, bitch? Come get a fucking joint. So we set off on a journey to now find Jake. And I say it like that because it was a task and a half, man. I forgot where I was by the time I had walked away from the bench. I swear to God, we got like maybe 2 minutes away, forgot where I was, what I was doing. Terrence had to remind me. I don't know, I just went fucking brain dead. And that's something that I think's quite common with shrooms, for me at least. Like, my mental trip is so like intense on shrooms. It's like, this isn't this story, but another time I forgot my name for like a solid 2 hours. I didn't know it. So I had this really intense head high going on, and Terence had to keep reminding me what we were doing. We make our way over to Jake, and we get to round about his house, and fucking Terence drops him a phone call, because God knows I could not operate my mobile device at that point. And fucking Jake comes out, and he's got this big fat doink of the finest fucking Scottish growing doggy dogs. Sticky, icky goodness. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Right, so I'm tripping balls. I'm with Terence, I'm with Jake. And Terence passes Jake a little bit of shrooms, I don't remember. We'll estimate a gram. And Jake backs him. And I remember he puts him in his mouth and instantly all I hear is, ooh. He's about to be sick. So I'm telling him, nah, bro, you gotta swallow them, just swallow them. You can't be sick. If you're sick, it's a waste. And lo and behold, he backs him. He looks at me and he goes, those were fucking disgusting. Why did you not warn me? And I go, I didn't think you were gonna back a handful. I thought you'd maybe nibble a bit first. You know what I mean? But yeah, he grabs his shrooms and we then decide that we're gonna go to the pub across the road from his house, behind it, and smoke our doink. So we get to the smoke spot, and I remember there was this brick wall, and it was like a pinky red colour, and it looked really vibrant, obviously, because I was on shrooms, but it looked kind of furry too. Like, the colour and the texture combined kind of looked furry. So I remember I was just feeling up this wall, and Jake and fucking Terence, I don't know what happened there, Jake and Terence are looking at me and they're fucking buckling. They're finding it fucking hysterical. I'm just feeling up this wall, fucking tweaking balls, until eventually the doob gets lit. And we're just chilling, smoking the doob. Obviously, as soon as the J sparked, that wall did not interest me anymore. I want fucking marijuana. We're smoking, fucking tripping, talking, funny conversation. I don't really remember. And then we look at the time, and at this point it's like 10 at night or something, so it's time to slide home. We're having our little goodbye talk, and I remember we all look at each other, and I go, Terence, one of your pupils is big and the other one isn't. And then he looks at me and he goes, the exact same thing's happening to you, and the exact same thing was happening to Jake. So I don't really know how to explain this, but it was as if one of our pupils were bulging and the other one wasn't, and then they would switch pupils. I don't know, it was strange. So my pupils are geeking, and so am I now, because I'm paranoid because it's home time and my pupils are doing a fucking rain dance together, right? So Jake goes to his house because it's right across the road, and me and Terence stay maybe like 5 minutes away from there. He stays like basically at my house near enough, and we're walking down this path and we're just talking and shit, and then we get to the part where we split, and he looks at me and he goes, you know what, bro, I think you should phone your mum, because my mum is fucking crazy, okay? In the nicest way possible, but she will lose her fucking shit. So he's like, I think you should phone your mum and tell her that you're tripping, because it's going to be a lot better to listen to the initial freak out on the phone than sit in front of it in person while I'm geeked up. So that's exactly what I did. I picked my phone up and I rang my mum and I told her. But I'm not even going to go into it in this video. I'm going to leave that for the next part, because that's a whole thing on its own. Getting caught while tripping is fucking weird. But yeah, that's the next video. I hope you did enjoy. I'm going to go wank, man.